Welcome into the Monday edition of Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Texas Beef House. The That Dude Awards. We're continuing on that dude. This is the, there's kind of, this is like the Razzies to the Oscars where, they have the ones where like, maybe this is not the best award or this is the best of the worst award. So this one, and it's Monday, and the Cowboys did a stupid press conference about Brian Schottenheimer. So I'm in a mood to throw some darts. So buckle up. Here we go. Number 5. The probably not that dude, Brian Kelly. Let's just face it. If they don't see any kind of real returns and get back to the place that they were a year ago, he's probably not that dude. He's probably not a dude for LSU. And all the other dudes before him at LSU won national titles. If he can't do it, he's probably not that dude. It's a place that is relatively to the rest of the country pretty easy to win a national title if you do it right. Les Miles won one, and he couldn't find a quarterback. Brian Kelly, quit trying to reinvent the wheel, man. You're at LSU. I know that the rules have changed since those other 3 guys, and of course one of them was Nick Saban, did that, but you're still LSU. Yes, I understand that you're run by the Louisiana state government, which is not the most effective governing body in the world, especially when it comes to where does the money all go. But even still, you're LSU, man. Let's do something about that. Number 4, the skating on very thin ice dude, Mike Gundy. 3-9. 0-9 in the Big 12. That hurts, man. That hurts. And the kind of personality that as soon as things change and boards shift and people die and the younger people come in, if they haven't really seen the rate of return that they've got, well, they're not going to back you anymore. And you saw him go toe-to-toe with him and almost lose his job this year. Now, he was able to keep it, but he had to make concessions. And if you look at that cold blank stare, is this a guy who gives concessions all that often? No. So probably headed for a divorce in Stillwater. And nothing has happened this offseason to make me think that all of a sudden they're just going to arise, although he is a very, very good coach. So maybe that's the case, but they have to replace a lot of people in that roster with not a lot of experience. Number 3. The way worse than the dude before you, dude.
Life will test you. It will turn your world upside down. Again. And again. And again. The only way to hit back is to stand up. Stand up every time. And say, I'm not done.
DJU. Now look, buddy, I know it wasn't all your fault. The offensive line was tragically bad. Criminally bad. Maybe like imprisoned in The Hague bad. Or tried in The Hague bad. Because that's how bad the offensive line was. But the drop-off between Jordan Travis and DJU, I think might be, and Garrett, if this is hyperbole, stop me, the biggest drop-off between quarterbacks year over year in the history of college football.
I mean, it's up there. It's definitely up there.
I mean, it's got to be. Somebody's going to have to do some research on it that has more time on their hands than me and a different opinion of this subject because I'm a little close to it. But the way worse than the dude before you, dude, DJU. Sorry about your luck, guy. Number 2, the Roadblock dude, Graham Mertz. And I'm sorry that I used this picture of Graham Mertz clearly getting injured. I don't want him to get injured, but this moment right here was the moment that Billy Napier came into his own as a head coach because he stopped, kind of playing to this, well, Graham's earned it, he's a senior, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but sports is a meritocracy, and DJ Lagway has got that merit, man. And it's not about what he's earned on the field because obviously he's a true freshman. It's about what he can do. And there's no more, exciting team in the offseason in this country right now about what was to what could be than the Florida Gators and what's going on with DJ Lagway. And that sentence pains me to say it, but Graham Mertz is a progress stopper. And if there's one thing I know that can undo good coaches, it is progress stoppers. Because you like a guy's work ethic, you love the way he does things, you love the way he carries himself. That's Graham Mertz. And Graham Mertz didn't do anything to lose his job in that regard other than being far less gifted an athlete than DJ Lagway. Of which, Graham, welcome to the club of everyone else on earth except for like 9 guys. Again, sorry about your luck, but that's just how it was. And also, this award can be shared with Billy Napier, who had to have this happen to poor Graham Mertz to unblock that road. And number 1, your own worst enemy dude, Mario Cristobal. Had the best quarterback in the country this year, by many regards, maybe the second best, but the best statistically in the country. Had a fantastic offense under Shannon Dawson, but the defense was abjectly terrible. And in the games where it was close that they needed to win to stay in the ACC race, with SMU and Clemson doing those things they needed to stay in the race, he tried to win too many games with his defense, which if you'd watched the previous 8 games you'd played, Mario, you know you run in spite of your defense and not because of them. And because you had Cam Ward, who was a magic maker, but you can't give him the ball all 60 minutes of the game. The defense has to play some of them. And then the way that he talked his way around Cam Ward not playing in the second half of the bowl game, look, we all know it's an exhibition game, and we all know that it doesn't matter if Miami wins that game or not for the future of the program. But your fans don't want to hear that. So Cam Ward's either going to play the whole game or he's not. And if he's not, that's fine. Tell them that. But don't pretend it's like we got to get a look and see what we've got in Emory Williams. You know what you have in Emory Williams. You know he wasn't going to help you win that game at this time. Why did you think you went out and got Carson Beck? So you going out and getting Carson Beck makes it even, the one half in the bowl game is what you need to see from Emory Williams, not the thousands of hours over the last 2 years of practice that he's had or the game action that he's had in that. None of that told you. Like, you went out and got Cam Ward for a reason. You went and got Reese Poffenbarger, who's now gone, for a reason. It was because Emory Williams was not inspiring all that much confidence in you in the first place, and what's going to change over 1 year, and now you went out and got Carson Beck. So Mario Cristobal, his own worst enemy, and the winner of the Your Own Worst Enemy Dude Award, year 1. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Top 5. Also, I know it was very Florida heavy. I'm sorry. It just went that way. All 3 of the schools had awards I had to get to, and they weren't the good ones.